and welcome to day 27 of 30 days of calm. We are approaching the end point. There are only 3 more sessions after this, and I know the world has been waiting for today's episode just like they are thrilled and waiting for the next 3 episodes. That's because it's an action-packed, never-ending, ultimate, unstoppable episode of 30 Days of Calm, in which I calmly introduce the episode, sit and meditate, and then just talk about how I feel. Gotta be okay with looking like an idiot. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. It's time to get on with the practice. I'll see you on the other side.
Now rest your attention and relax the body.
Okay, so the end of another practice. Surrounded by a calming energy, a feeling of peace inside, I just want to make a note on self-worth and self-value. We are the only people in our lives who have the authority to give ourselves the permission to be worthwhile and the permission to have inherent value and self-worth. If you're unhappy, the first place to look is whether you're happy with yourself and what does yourself involve every day. Because if you repeat the same things and expect different results, what's that? We all know it's the definition of insanity, or so it's been ascribed. But it's very true. If you are miserable and you're doing the same thing every day, well, you're going to stay miserable. Start challenging that misery, little bit by bit. The mind is what doesn't like itself. But we've been there, we know the limits of the mind. Anyway, interesting topic today. Today's topic was on arguments. So many people's only form of communication. A lot of good people, a lot of fantastic, interesting folk I've met do seem to suffer from this almost disease, like their opinion has to be thrown forwards when it's challenged or when it's called upon. You see it in the arguments, they're going on and on and on about ridiculous subjects. You're tired and you're grumpy perhaps, and someone says something you don't agree with, or there's things that are annoying you or out of place and really difficult to process and just be okay with, and you find one part of you is constantly repeating things like, oh, I'll just go and say that, and then I'll show them this, and I'll do that, and I'll show them this, and you get caught up in this little narrative of pointlessness that takes valuable energy away from who you are. But it's quite hard to get away from that. The suggestion on this practice was just to imagine yourself before a boxing ring, and the opponent, whoever that is in the other corner, you know, training, doing a bit of this, doing a bit of that. They've got their hands up, maybe they're doing a few swings to the left, to the right, talking to their coach. They're ready to fight, and they're throwing a few things your way, trying to really get you. You don't really understand why, because they have their own motives. Their own motives are spoken. Their own motives are from in here. You really need to wonder whether it's worth getting in that ring, because maybe you'll win this fight, but you won't win every fight. And every fight you do will take quite a lot out of you. And even if you do win, that person's not going to forget. And you're not going to change anyone's mind because you've won the argument, you know? You feel satisfied because you've got the upper hand, and well done. Well done. You've satisfied your ego. You've proven to yourself that you're a complete slave to the authority of your own ego. You're sacrificing your chance to humanise something, you're sacrificing your chance to bond with someone. So being right requires constant fighting. It can take some real bravery and courage not to get in that ring. And what does it mean? It means you've surrendered. It means you've given up. It means you're not going to be the winner. The ego will rage and rage against someone who insults it. Take a breath. Return to the practice. Discover whether it's worth reacting to the ego's demand. Do you have the courage to take that hit of pride, to surrender, to bow down before the universe and say, no, I refuse to fight. If I'm backed into a corner and there are no other options, then sure, I'll have to fight. But it won't be because I want to win. It'll be because I have no other choice. That's not the same. Okay, so arguments, they can be very tempting to get involved in, and they can drive us crazy chasing after them. And it takes some real courage sometimes to say, no, I'm going to choose me. Really choose me. Not the ego, not choose what it wants, not react to its offence, but to choose me, my calm state, and return to the practice and breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Thank you very much for joining me on day 27. I will see you tomorrow for day 28.